Hey y'all, Jamie here, and this is Dig It Homesteading, and thank you for joining. If this is your first time, welcome, and if you're returning, thanks for coming back. I am going to run around here for a little bit and see what I can get done. We are in between storms, and as always, Leo's going to be loud. But I don't really know what all I need to get up to. I did bring my string and my scissors because I think there's a few tomato plants that need to be tied up, and we'll go from there. I think there's a couple of things I want to show you, and I always forget a basket to harvest. Let me go find something. Okay, I got my trusty giant size colander. It'll have to do because I don't know what I have ready, and it's been a couple days since I've been out. I've been doing a lot of work, and it was a very busy weekend. Had a sweet baby shower to go to. Don't you just love those things? Let me show you what I got going on here real quick. Okay, so I still have quite a few things going on in my seedling area. These are canary melons, and I had already germinated and had one probably this size put in the ground, but ants took it out, so I've redone them. Hopefully we can fight the ants. But I did this as an experiment. Y'all, that's a red or purple sweet potato, and I have cut slips off this thing twice already, and it just keeps coming and keeps coming with more and more slips. I don't know if that's normal because last year was my first time growing sweet potatoes, so let me know, because it's just crazy to me. Look how many, I mean, they're coming all down here. They were all just at the top. This sweet potato has just got so much life in it. It's crazy. So we have all these teeny tiny land race currants, I believe is what they are. So I'm going to go ahead and pick all of these. I don't know if you can see, there's just some everywhere. And I'm not going to worry about trying to take good care of this plant. I'll come through and take all this stuff off because we're going to have rain and storms again anyway, and the leaves are not going to like that. So in a couple days I'll come out and prune it a little bit more. Okay, I got a little distracted. These potatoes look like they should be done. I know a couple of them have bloomed, but I don't know what we're going to have. This is all experiment. It's the Ruth Stout method, and dude, there are fire ants in here, so I don't know if we're going to have any harvest. I have fought them so bad this year. I just can't get rid of them. Alright, let me try over here. I don't really want to dig in fire ants. Maybe they won't be happy and they'll move out. Okay, let's try somewhere else. Over here. Oh yeah, these have died back real good. So let me just follow this and see if we have anything wherever it goes. Well, I don't really see. What is that? Oh, look! We do have some taters. As you can see, some of them are just teeny tiny. I didn't do the best job keeping this piled up, but I didn't know if they were determinate or indeterminate either. But there is definitely potatoes going in there, but I'm not pulling those up today. Sister will want to help with that. That's her favorite thing, is to pull up potatoes. And not all of them stayed good healthy plants, because we did have some in the center here, so some of them did die, and that area is not going to be fun because there's fire ants. But we might get a few taters out of this. I just don't understand why this one died back so early. Might be pest damage, I don't know. This is an area of the yard I don't really keep that much track of, so if it completely flopped, That probably would have been my fault. But anyway, back to where I was. Okay, I lied. Does anybody else get just completely distracted walking around the garden? My husband just came home and we were looking around at things. These zinnias, just absolutely lovely. But anyway, let's go ahead and get some of these teeny tiny baby tomatoes. Look how, that's just ridiculous. Alright, I get currant, but that is too small. We need a little bit bigger than that, guys. You can do better. They're just teeny tiny, and I'm just going to throw them in there, and I'm going to try to be super careful not to smush them. As I go along, seeing what else. I wonder if we have more cucumbers. We are absolutely full in cucumber harvest season. There's a few of them on here that are still kind of orangey, so I'll leave those. But look, there's some scissors so you can see the size of them. They're tiny but super productive, so I think that's a win. I need to keep one of them for seed, or a couple of them. One last one. Check on my papaya trees. These were at least half this size when I got them maybe 2 weeks ago, so they're loving life. Maybe we'll get some fruit out of those. And this is kind of my move out of the way and hope you live area, because these flowers were starting to struggle in the full sun. But as you can see, they have come back like crazy. And Mark saw that this plant's coming back. As you can see, it was damaged by the frost, so it's only just now started coming back. So that's one of my house plants. Somebody gave it to me when my grandmother passed away, so I'm really excited that that is coming back. Okay, let's go ahead and check the cucumber area. And y'all, I don't know how people walk around with a camera in their face, because I can't walk without a camera in my face and stay upright. So we shall see what all we see, and I will show you along the way. Do you see what I see? Lots more peppers, and I just picked some last night or the night before. Lots of peppers. I'm happy about that. We'll let them stay on there for a few days. And this is a dwarf tomato, and the chickens got in here and messed up my pepper plants I don't know how many times. So I've got a blank space over there I need to put something in. I just stuck this in here. That really looks like a weed, but it's in line with this. It looks like that amaranth. So I'm waiting to see about that. Alright, let's go into the beast. Y'all look at that. I mean, can it handle any more weight? I just don't know. And look, we got to be careful walking in here now, because we get hit in the head by squash. I mean, it's covered in squash, especially when you go in that way. I have never seen such big spaghetti squash in the store, so, and they're all organic. Let me know if yours get that big, because I have never got them to get where we could harvest them because of the vine borers. So let's go ahead and we'll take this cucumber. And I am going to show y'all what I do. Ooh, skeeters. Let's show y'all what I do when I have an abundance of cucumbers, so that they don't go to waste. And y'all see I have all these little dead leaves throughout here. And that's, I'm pretty sure, only from leaf-footed bugs this year. And the plants still seem to be doing strong. Y'all see what I see? I swear we can miss cucumbers every day around here. But I haven't put any. Ooh, I think one just touched me. I mean, I don't mind touching them, but I definitely don't want them touching me. But we can come through and harvest cucumbers and still miss them. It's just a crazy jungle. But anyway, the plants don't seem too terribly affected. They seem to be doing just fine. And here's another, even with the pest damage. So I'm just going to leave it. And you'll see all these beans. They're the Cherokee black beans. And my husband and I, Mark, has tried the tender ones again. And he don't mind them. But I've been leaving a lot on. Really? A lot on to do dry beans. But they're going to have to stay on dry. And hopefully they don't mold because of the storms we've been having. But let me get these in my basket. Okay, here's where we're at. And I went through all this kale. There's kale here. And then I took out a bunch of the collard greens yesterday and got them preserved up. I have dehydrated and then made these extra leaves into powder. I think I need to chop up and fill up 1/2 of a bag since I've used it. And let's go check on the maters. Ooh, and I forgot I need to check on the okra too, because a couple of days ago I saw some blooms and I can see some more blooms in there, so we might have our first okra this year. But I noticed the other day, somehow I missed securing this one. I don't know how I managed that. Well, I do. I'm easily distracted. But I'm going to go ahead and run through here super quick and secure all of these with that twine. Especially with the storms. I don't want to have anything damaged. So I'll be right back with you. Y'all, I am so excited. Have you ever struggled to grow something and then you're like so close to it might become a true? That's where we are right now. Look at here. Look at that. Do you know what this is? If you know, let me know in the comments. And if you've grown it, please leave tips. Look, here's one of the blooms. And all parts of this plant, except for the bulb, are poisonous. So yeah, I'm excited. And if you don't know, it's jicama. And that's one of the things we really like to eat. We cut it up like French fries and put it in the air fryer. And it makes really tasty French fries at home. And then somebody I know says they eat it sliced up super thin with some tahini and lime on it. So we're going to have to try that. Hopefully we get to try it from our garden. That would be even better. Okay, look how tall that is. And I can see this is trying to take over everywhere. This is a red-veined Malabar spinach. And you can see it's just got lovely thick leaves. And it's got mucinogen properties in it, kind of like okra. But you can cook it in a way that nobody knows it's in their food. And it's just absolutely lovely. And this is a thought as well, to let it maybe block some of the full sun we get here and let the tomatoes do a little bit better. It might not be great because in our humidity they like to be able to breathe, so we'll have to see how quickly this takes over this area. But if it doesn't help, then when the tomatoes go, this whole vine can take over the whole fence. And this is a very heat-loving plant. And as you can see, it's kind of voracious. It looks like somebody took the tip of that. But look how big these leaves get. So I could start harvesting, and a lot of times I'll pull the smaller ones for fresh eating, and people don't really notice. And then I take these and chop them up. I've also dehydrated them. I haven't tried them from dehydration yet. Geez, y'all, I do have a video about pruning your tomatoes, so check that out. This is not what you're supposed to do. So do as I teach, not as I do type of thing. Because this is a sucker and it's massive. I've got a pepper plant in there, but all of these look pretty well. And look, we got some tomatoes growing on there. But everybody looks pretty good. I don't know what some of these are. Sister helped remulch this, so it might just be a work it out type of year. Some of these were already questionable as what they were, so we're just going to wing it. Honestly, anymore, winging it is kind of my go-to on the garden. And just how I get things done around here. Okay, this is the basil that's growing in here, and it's getting kind of leggy. So I'm going to nip off some of it for one so we can harvest and let it bush out. I'm hoping it'll stay doing good while all these okra grow up and over it, and then it'll have complete freedom to do what it needs to do. Let's see. No label. Who knows with my basil? Sometimes I can do all I can. Look at all of that. Isn't that lovely? I can do all I possibly can to keep labels. But sometimes, you know, we have little garden helpers that don't always let those labels stay. Not to mention the fact that her chickens have gone through here I don't know how many times kicking things. And there's another one here, and I believe that's the Genovese. But I think at this point, I'm just going to harvest some, and I'm going to probably lay it out to dry, and then I'll just do a mixed basil jar. Because I even have this, and it's a lot smaller. It's on the shadier end of these beds. This side doesn't get as much. But things are looking pretty good. Let me go find my basket that I don't have anymore. Things can be all planned out, but I'll still find a way to leave my basket all over the yard. I need to make something for gardeners so when you harvest you can throw all your stuff in. But then would I remember to bring that? So if you have tips for that, let me know. I'm going to grab this basil too while I'm at it. And I'm just breaking where there's like a Y underneath there, and then I'll just take that. So it's just like topping. Ooh wee! You see what I see? That's some okra. And I think this is probably the most preferred vegetable besides cucumbers that I look forward to. This one is mine. What's your favorite garden snack? Something you just can't even bring in the house. This is mine. First okra of the year, and I get it. There is no better way to have okra. And freshly picked out of your own garden. Something that you did, and it don't even need cooked. And if you're an okra hater, I'm sorry. More for me. Okay, enough with the nonsense. This is longhorn okra, so this will still be tender tomorrow. So I'm going to leave it because I am sure hoping that I can get a year's worth of okra, which even this is probably not enough. So when you do harvest, you go ahead and take off the bottom leaf. But I'll start that when they're a little bit bigger. Makes it a little bit easier to see what you're doing, because these are kind of dense. And I do like to remove these flowers. The spent flowers sometimes get stuck. And I tell you, sometimes these get aphids. And I will go through with some neem on these if I start to see too many. And we might, just might, get tomatillos this year. My 1, 2, 3. This is the side that gets less sun. Can you tell? So hopefully. And this, let's taste it, because I don't know what it is. Wow! It's got to be the lime basil. Jeez, that's strong. Do y'all find basil to be strong? This is super strong. And I don't know, can you have that? Is it okay that it's starting to go to seed already, like Thai basil? Because I have no idea. I'm going to have to pick off some of this. And let people know. Maybe it's strong because it has gone to seed. Who knows? Let me know if you know. I've already lost my basket again. Okay, I'm going to put this one over here away from the other basils. And let's go check on the blueberries. Oh, I am so excited. Do you see? This is sugar cane coming back. And if you don't judge me, these were given to me and we have tried with the little cuttings. Well, foot-long cuttings. Bandit, don't you pee on those. We've tried putting them in the ground this way, this way, this way, and following everybody else's instructions on how to grow and keep them surviving, because this should last through our winter just fine and come back each year. These were all growing until the freezes hit, and I was hoping something would work, and it looks like it did. So maybe with these we will harvest and then try to grow them again, since they can live in this spot. But I have tried many times, so if you have tips for growing sugar cane, hit me up, because the standard isn't working well for me. I see some blackberries and I'm scared to go over there. The dogs just stirred up some hornets, but I will at least get this one. And they're a little wonky, probably because it's their first year or some sort of pollination issue. But I fight this vine right here like crazy in all my new reclaimed beds. And I don't know how to get rid of it aside from pulling it. I think I am going to go brave the hornets to go get that blackberry. Got it. They're weird looking. Well, it's mine. Let me see. We're going to have to do something about that, because they were not very friendly. I think one of them got my dogs. And they look like yellow jackets. I don't mind wasps, but if they're super vicious to us, then they got to go. Oh, and I missed one. This one looks better. This is my other favorite garden snack. She who tends the garden gets all the garden snacks. And again, I have left my harvest basket, but it doesn't look like it's too terribly much of a big deal. But oh, wee, look at there. That's luscious. And here. Oh, that one's kind of split open a little bit, and I got an ant on me. That's weird. I don't know what's done that. This is our first year with blueberries, so our plants are rather small. But this has definitely been producing very well. So I am pleased. And I just have that little spinny do thing, which I don't even think spins, to help protect it. Well, that one's rather small. I'm going to leave it. It didn't come off easy. And then we also have this one that somebody dug up and gave to us. It looks like it's a pink one. Let me know, because I don't know. Oh, look, that's the darkest one I've seen yet, and it definitely comes up after this other variety. And I sure hope I'm not getting fire ants over here, because that'll be a hot mess. But look, like I said, sweet potato slips. And I'm just going to let it be ground cover out here. Get out of my garden. All of that. There's more. Well, thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit while I trip around the garden. Me and My husband do this every evening at least, and that's sometimes the only way I get some gardening done on any particular day if I have work. So sometimes you just gotta take a few minutes and do. And let's look at the basket. I'll put these in there. Those little tomatoes are rolling around, but I think they're gonna come out just peachy. Not bad for an unplanned harvest. Well, thanks for spending some time with me while I wander around and see what needs to be done in the garden. I can't always plan, which I'm okay with because I do a lot of planning in real life anyway. So not having to plan whenever I come out and do things is kind of helpful for me to decompress from the day. So I thank you for joining me, and I will see you on the next one. He says hello. And please hit subscribe, like, share a video if you know somebody who might be interested in this type of content. And I really appreciate you. Bye for now.